So recently, I thought I'd go ahead and try out the demo for Granblue Fantasy Relink, which is an upcoming JRPG. It's an ARPG, an action RPG. It's taking a lot of cues from various RPGs that are familiar, particularly like the Final Fantasy series. Is taking a lot of cues from there. And from what I played a little bit over an hour with it, and I tried out about 3 different characters out of a full party of 10. It's a very short demo. It's only about 20 minutes long, 20 minutes in length, and then it has a quest mode where you can also play with other players online, or you can play solo with bots as your party members. And from what I played, this is looking like it's going to be what I wanted from Tales of Arise. It's looking like it's going to be one of the more definitive JRPGs that's been released, and there's a few different reasons for it. One of the things that I really liked about this was the combat system. It's seamless for one. When you enter into a combat scenario, it's completely seamless, and you're not restricted as far as where you can go. It's very similar to what was in Final Fantasy 15. It's Final Fantasy 15, you saw enemies on the map. You would go to the enemies and you would just enter in the combat seamlessly, and then you could leave. If you wanted to flee, you could, and the game wouldn't restrict you from doing so. The same exists here with Granblue Fantasy Relink. And that's one of the things that kind of irked me about Tales of Arise was when you enter in the combat, it was a smooth transition, but it wasn't a seamless transition. You were restricted within this specific vicinity, which was basically like a large circle. That's not the case here. So that's one of the things that I think this development team did that's better. And the reason I'm comparing this with Tales of Arise is because that's the game that's closest to what this is. Another thing that I really had an issue with Tales of Arise, to a certain extent, is the animations. The animations were a bit choppy, and you were engaging in aerial combat. The animations were really strange. Like, the enemies were stiff, like very stiff. That's not the case here with Granblue Fantasy Relink. All of the attack animations, not just from your party members, but also from the enemy units that you're fighting on screen, are very smooth. I didn't notice any stiff animations or any break, in fluidity. All of the characters moved with grace, and the response was 1-to-1 on the controller. And there was, some really good vibrational feedback. Now, also similar to Tales of Arise, as well as the upcoming Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, there's these team coordinated attacks or synergy attacks. In this game, they're called links. And they basically happen when you have a situation where the AI, your party members, and you are attacking at the same time, and then a little prompt will come up on screen. It'll pop up on screen, and then you can initiate a link. Each character, you have up to 4 party members, and each character has this bar under their health bar. Once that fills, then you can initiate like a grand attack, a grand link, where all 4 characters will initiate like their ultimate attack. It'll be in sequence, and then after each character has their turn, they'll all initiate like a super attack together. And the interesting thing about it is you can still, control your character independently. So it's a very automatic process, once you initiate it. Each character also has these unique abilities. It wouldn't really be much of a RPG without, an ability list. Each character has these abilities that can be initiated with a quick menu, similar to what you had in Kingdom Hearts, also similar to what you had in Tales of Arise, similar to what you have in, some of the Final Fantasy games, where you press one of the shoulder buttons and then you can initiate an ability using one of the face buttons. And you can assign up to 4 per character. And the thing I really like about this combat system is that, again, you have up to 10 different playable characters, 10 different party members. and you can actually try each and every one of them out in the quest section from the main menu in the demo. So again, I tried out a few different characters. The two that I mainly tried out were there was the pink haired girl who has the sword. She has like a katana, and then I tried out this other character. She has a spear. I noticed immediately how different those characters actually played. It almost felt like a different game when I was playing those characters. And that's what you want in a game like this, where you have multiple different characters and it's supposed to be an RPG experience. You know, each character has their own signature inputs, and some of the characters they have different modes. Like again going back to the pink haired chick that I played as, she has like two different stances that you can switch in and out of. And she can initiate like this wide range area attack, and then you can switch back and she'll do like more a flurry of quick strikes. But when you're actually like pressing buttons on the controller, it's very, very smooth. It's not just a bunch of button tapping. You feel like you're actually in control of what the character is doing, instead of it just being a mindless button mashing experience. Now, with that said, you still have to pay attention to parrying. You still have to pay attention to dodging. You still have to, manage your party to a certain extent. Primarily, your party members still act independently of you. And just judging from the demo, I didn't notice any mechanic that allows you to switch characters while you're in combat. And if that's the case when the full game comes out, you're going to have to switch characters when you're not engaged in an active quest. But I think in the final game, you'll be able to switch them out freely. But I just don't have the information to confirm whether you can do that in combat or not. In the demo, you couldn't do that. So now the developers, they were wise to not reveal really any information, any pertinent information about the story itself. I only got to really engage with the combat, so I have no idea what the quality of the story is going to be. Storytelling is very huge. It's a very big deal for a game like this, for any RPG, but especially for a JRPG. JRPGs are primarily known to be story-driven games, so I have no idea, how that's going to play out. But if the story turns out to be well written, the characters turn out to be good characters, good three-dimensional characters. This could be one of the best JRPGs. I would say this could turn out to be the best JRPG since Persona 5 came out. Like, I really have that much faith in it just from playing the demo. So yeah, this game comes out at the end of the month, I think on the 29th. It's also going to be available. It's available on console. I played the demo on console because it wasn't available on PC, but the full game itself is also coming out on PC. You can put it on your wish list on Steam right now for those who play on PC. If I cover the game, it will be the PC version. Yeah, Granblue Fantasy Relink. If you haven't played the demo, I highly suggest that you check it out because, again, this is looking like what Tales of Arise should have been. Coming out at the end of the month.